Okay, so I thought I might just start this video off. I did film some footage on the weekend when I was out at my property in my highlight working on my Hilux. But I thought I'd start off the video this way, just because, well, something exciting just happened. My motor just arrived, so I thought, why not start off this second installment of the video with an unboxing of the crate that is housing my new actual proper, EV motor. So I'll take his outside and let's have a look-see, alright? Okay, so here is the crate to the motor, or for the motor I should say. I knew it'd be small, but see in person it's just like, it's quite amazing how small it really is. Like, but that's a good thing. Like, this puts out the same amount, if not more power. Oh, I don't know if more, but the same amount of power as my old diesel engine would. And look at the size of it, like. That's my hand. So about 3 hand lengths. That's how long it is. First time I've ever got anything that's in a wooden crate too. That's pretty cool. But actually, I do have a tripod, but not here, annoyingly enough. But I'll try and unbox this one-handed. Oh, so I got a knife here. But not very prepared. But let's get this open up anyway, because I'm not waiting. There we go, that works. There's some screwdriver. Foiled by these straps. Alright, I think I might just cut to, like, when I've got the motor out, because this is really irritating to do with one hand, and I don't think he's really need to see me opening the box up, so I'm just going to pause it here and then cut when it's opened up. Well, I just got the top of it off, and isn't it beautiful? This is my new motor. Let's see if we can get the plate here clearly. Oh, come on. I'm sorry I have such a terrible camera all the time. This is actually a proper camera, believe it or not even a phone, and it's still doing a terrible job. Anyway, it's a Monterey, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's spelled Motennergy, Monterey Motor. They're an American company. Supposedly pretty decent motor. It's really the best one I could afford for, like, it's one that I could afford for, and it would suit my needs. It's not gonna fucking be anything outrageous, but it'll be pretty. It should be pretty decent, I think. We'll find out anyway. But yeah, that's what the motor looks like. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'll edit this together somehow with, like, I'll edit this together somehow with the other footage I filmed on the weekend, but I couldn't leave an unboxing of my new motor out, but yeah, so enjoy. See ya. Righto. So it's been a while since I actually made my last video, so I thought I'd better do an update one. Had a bit of the old life happen, things haven't gone quite to plan, but things are back in swing, full swing now with the Ute, so I'll give you an update on what I've done so far and what I've got to come. But first of all, I'll give you a little rundown of the little bloody shanty town off-grid setup I'm having to work in, but anyway, let's have a look. So this is pretty much my little off-grid workshop. if you can really call it that. It's really just a tarp, so I've got some shelter and shade. I did make an annex off the side of the ute that I was, like when I come out here and work on the ute, I did stay in, but it sufficed for, I reckon, pretty good for a little something that doesn't cost me anything. You can see I've got up in here, this is where I put a couple of mattresses in there, sleep in here. As you can see, I've got all the back here wide up for camping. I've even got myself a little ceiling fan. I've got to obviously put this shield on properly, it's a bit loose, but apart from that, the fan works once, it's a lighting problem. The fan works once I wire a switch up. As you can see there, we've got the solar charge controller and my little fuse box for all 12 volt gear. Anything I want to run the back here, ready to go. Obviously cutouts here, the wind turbines will be going. Bit of a change of plans with how I'm doing the wind turbines, as alternators need to spin a bit too fast to put power out. So you'll see how that progresses, but yeah, we'll see how that goes there anyway. But the solar panels, I want to show you those in a minute, but this that's the back of the ute. Everything's done in here. As you can see, I've got a basically just boxed out a little section through the middle here. Again, the lighting is trying to boxed out a little section at the top here. All my cables run through there, and they run nicely down to the charge control and fuse box, which then obviously get hidden away behind this piece of plywood that I've cut out. So as you can see, there's a bit of a void behind it. I'm thinking of fixing a bit of glass in here, not too sure yet. We'll see how much effort I want to put into that. But you know, the wires are hidden. It's a tidy job. Tidy enough for me anyway. I'll walk you around and show you the roof. I'm sort of undecided yet. It'll either be, well actually no, it will be, haven't decided. Through here there will be a large drawer I'll be building, and that's just basically going to be, well, either camping to house my kitchen and gear, or like work, you can put anything you want there. So yeah, there will be a drawer going through here, but as you can see, there's a battery box up the front which should hold, well, initial pack's going to be a 14.4 kilowatt hour pack, but I'm going to be building that up to a 30 kilowatt hour pack slowly. But again, you'll see that happen in the future. This is just showing what I'm up to now. But as you can see, this, if the glare will allow it, this is the roof, and it houses two 250 watt house panels quite nicely, very nicely actually. I've only got this, as you can see, a hand width between, so it's almost like entirely, the entire roof is pretty much this one big solar panel, well, two put together. But yeah, picked these up nice and cheap off Gumtree, $100 each. They put it out full voltage, test with a multimeter. There are, I think there was a couple dead cell, damaged cells I did spot, but again, they seem to be putting out a good enough voltage to me. It's a budget project, you've got to make do with second-hand things sometimes. But the solar panel I really like is this one right here. This one is which I'll explain to you in a minute, of how I've set up my electrical system. But this is a 150 watt flexible panel, and as you can see, again, if glare will allow me, it molds quite nicely to the roof. So apart from this little junction box here, you really don't notice it's even there, which is nice for making a professional looking job. Again, I know there's a lot of glare, but trying my best. But anyway, that panel there charges up these two batteries here, and you can see all it is just a standard. So basically, the cables from the solar panels, they just run down here beside this snorkel. No, it's not probably the neatest setup. I was tossing up whether to actually run them through the snorkel, through the roof, or I don't end up just going with the easy solution of running beside the snorkel, because again, it's neat enough for me, and also it gives me access to the plugs here for whatever reason. I don't know what, if a reason need to unplug it, it's very easy to unplug it and do maintenance on the panel, which again you won't need to do, but at least there's access there easily. And again, if they need to do anything to the snorkel. But yeah, they travel down here. This is the main battery here, so they travel across here because it goes through a standard, use your standard dual battery system. This goes through an isolator unit, so this battery gets charged by the solar panels, or solar panel, sorry, I should say. Once it's charged up, this charge control then recognizes that this battery is charged. It flicks over and allows this battery then trickle charge this battery here. So the way I'm working it, so basically the system makes one battery priority system. Generally speaking, they're set up that way, so you always have enough power to start up your engine. Whereas I sort of figured in my system, these two batteries are going to be running all my 12 volt gear, because you have a problem of when you do an electric conversion to a petrol car or a diesel car, whatever, combustion engine, you still have an electrical system in your car, and that runs off 12 volts. Obviously my main pack of the vehicle is going to be 144 volts. That's going to pretty much blow everything in my car. You can't run that. There's two ways you can do it. You can either run it through a voltage converter, so basically you have one main pack, and then you have a voltage converter, converts that to 12 volts, and that runs your main system. I'm just sort of keeping it simple, and I sort of figure keep that big battery pack for my motor alone, which will be going there obviously, and then keep this the standard dual battery system to run everything else, because that way this big battery will be powering my alternator. Actually, I'll be converting the alternator into electrical motor, because it's what's going to be powering my bloody air conditioning, my power steering and brakes, because you need to run that shit obviously still, so that's what's going to be powering on that. So yeah, basically alternator is going to be converted into a motor, which will run off this battery, and well, both these batteries really, but this battery will be the main, what the motor's connected up to, because it's priority battery, and this battery here is pretty much running everything else. Like it runs my winch, it runs my LED light bar up there. There's an LED light. Pretty much anything, any additional accessories or lights I've added to the vehicle run off this battery here, because they're accessories, but they're less priority to the actual functions of the vehicle, which is, well, your steering, brakes and all that jazz. So that's why this one's always done as priority battery. And if I need to, I can actually flick this switch here. So if, say for instance, this battery happens to ever die completely for whatever reason, even though the system doesn't allow it, if it does happen to die and this battery is full, I can flick that switch right there, which connects them both together, and then you got power. It's a way of doing, again, if you've got a petrol engine, it's a way of jump starting your own car, but this system, it just allows power. Now, not a whole lot inside, but you'll see the charge controller sort of sits, I thought it sits quite nicely here. Move that can of drink. Again, if we get the glare out here, you might go around the other side. Okay, that's a bit better. Alright, so, oh, fuck you, son. Alright, so the charge controller, as you can see, again, fucking glare. Charge controller sits quite nicely in my dash. Everything seems to be reading quite well. But yeah, just sort of show that. I was thinking of wiring it into the under the bonnet, but I thought fits quite nicely there. Oh, far out, this glare. Yeah, I'm not going to really be able to get a good clear shot of this. The freaking sun, I don't know. Usual story, technology doesn't really like me. I'm building a fucking electric car and I say that, don't I? But anyway, the charge controller, it sits right there and it's all working full with cables, you can see. Tuck up nicely up along here. Might tuck that a bit better, but you can see it. Quite a tight little thing, comes up there and obviously out the bung down there and just wires into the whole system. Now, as for the next thing to be done, big news, I've got the biggest part of the car ordered. It actually is paid for and on its way. I have the electric motor on its way. It should be coming from Western Australia, brand spanking new EV motor. So that's probably going to be the next thing you'll see go in. I may have a couple little bits and pieces here to do in between, but really it's just going to be probably not a lot happening for at least a couple, few weeks. I've got to save up some money to basically get the fabrication work done so I can mount the motor into the car. But this exciting news, like I said, it's not too long and this thing should be running. Like, I basically got the motor. Only thing got to buy after that, I got the control box, and obviously got to build the battery bank, which you will see. I'll be doing videos whenever I can to keep us updated and show you how I'm actually building them, because like I said, the batteries are all being made from scratch. Completely different to what you would have seen in the original video. I've gained a lot more knowledge through my own research and also through a newfound friend that I talked to. He's an electrical engineer and he's given me lots of very useful and helpful information and guidance in building batteries, which I'm very thankful for. So shout out to Patrick if you're watching. But yeah, so basically batteries now going to be built all properly. Like they'll be in actual battery holders. Every single cell is going to be fused. And I'm also going to be wiring up a BMS system. So it's not going to be BMS on every single battery. It's going to be a big system which pretty much is able to monitor up to, it can monitor unlimited cells, and it's able to monitor up to, I think, 16 modules. So my initial pack's going to have 8, and I'm hoping to build up to a 30 kilowatt pack which will have 16 modules, so it works perfectly. But again, users, that's still a while to come. You'll see that happen when it happens. But yeah, this is it so far. I've got, everything, pretty much all the 12 volt gears done. Everything except the shit that drives the car. So basically control box, motor and battery bank is what I've got left to do. You also see I'm going to be getting a part that pretty much, again, I may do this before the motor goes in, I may do it after. It just depends on money and how motivated I am, because the speedo cable in this needs to be replaced, so I do have to pull this dash apart anyway, which is going to be fun. But I have found a part from the same place I bought my motor from. They sell this part, but basically it connects to your battery bank and it converts your fuel gauge into a battery gauge. So basically this will read, when your battery bank's full, read full, and it will just go down initially. And it also changes your rev meter to an amp meter. Freaking glare. It also changes your rev meter to an amp meter, so you can see how many amps your motor's drawing as you're driving. And I don't know about the other knobs and stuff on there, but at least most of the dash will be working, so convert it over. I'm either going to be just wiring it up so it has the battery gauge and the speedo working, because, to tell the truth, I'm not too fussed about this, and I'm thinking of making a foam section that go here, an insert, so it looks professional, and so you can mount a small monitor in here, because there's going to be a monitor that comes with my BMS unit that tells me all my information on battery, how the status and temperature and that kind of stuff. And it'd also be handy to have, because as you can see, there's not really a lot of places to nicely mount a screen here. It'd be nice to have, an inbuilt GPS so I could, sample through, so you go through all the different functions. I don't know, I'll have to look at this later on. This is just an idea at the moment. But yeah, something I could go through my stuff and also have a GPS that, you know, is nice and neat in the dash, but also allow me to have my main control scheme. But it's got to look nice, because the main thing that is I still want it to look factory. But yeah, that's everything so far. I'll keep you updated. Oh, there's I think if you can see, I do. I won't show you in this. You'll see probably in another video coming up. I've bought a caravan. I'm gonna be doing up the inside of that. Like, it's a cheap, crappy caravan, so you'll, like I said, it's fixer upper. But you'll see again, that's another project I've got going. I've got this. I've got two things going. I'm on my property right now, but I've got the ute going, and I've also got the caravan which I'll be building. So you'll see probably a video about that come up in about, in a week or two's time, maybe sooner. Just, again, it depends on how much time I have, how much money I'm pretty much working and trying to get as much money as possible to work on this shoot, so I can actually have a vehicle working. But it's exciting, and you can see it. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble on now, but I'll catch you next time. And if who actually has been watching this, thank you very much. I appreciate the views, and share it with your friends or pass it along, because it'd be great to get a bit of feedback and just sort of exposure out there, because this kind of stuff, it seems daunting, but in all honesty, like, I'm no electrical engineer, I'm no mechanic, and I'm able to do this, and it's been done by many people. So keep watching, and you'll see as it progresses along, it's not as hard as you think, and you might be able to do it too. But anyways, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.